take a look at your forecast for the next few days, you're going to notice that we're going to be seeing temperatures slowly on the rise. Today, a little bit cooler than average. In fact, we did, see those forecasts verify into the mid-50s for the afternoon. We're going to continue to watch warmer air move in tomorrow, but we still have another cool night ahead. So with those temperatures into the 30s this morning, I think we have one more night of the 30s ahead of us. And you notice we're already starting to fall that way with 50 degrees in Atlanta. Beautiful view there of Truist Park over at the Battery. And you notice those winds still haven't quite died down yet, but we do expect them to do so as we head into the overnight hours. Winds out of the west-northwest as we head towards really, maybe the next few hours, so then it really starts to die down. Nothing on the radar right now, so that's some good news there. Everything from yesterday really has moved on out, and temperatures are continuing to fall. In fact, we have upper 30s to lower 40s already in the North Georgia mountains. Most of us, though, are in the upper 40s to lower 50s. In fact, Rome, Atlanta, Griffin, Thomaston still holding on to 50 degrees, and we're going to continue to see Athens, Eatonton at 49, and Carrollton and LaGrange and Covington at 48. These temperatures actually a degree or so warmer for most of us than what we saw yesterday, so it's a good indication tonight not going to be quite as cold as we saw. Now, pollen count today was still on the higher end, in fact, in the high category. We topped out at 100. Tree pollen is high. The difference for mold, well, you went from moderate down to low, so you folks who do suffer from mold spores got a little bit of relief today. Now, honestly, not that much. It only dropped a few points, but it was enough to put it back into that low category. Meanwhile, our pollen forecast, it's still going to stay high. It's springtime. What do we expect as we go into Thursday, Friday, and on into Saturday? Maybe some relief on Sunday when we have our next chance of rain, triggering a first alert weather day. Meanwhile, temperatures overnight, they're going to drop, but not too much. In fact, maybe about 6-7 degrees from 9 p.m. until 6 a.m. So that's going to take us from 46 down to 39. And I think for folks living outside of the perimeter, obviously a little bit cooler. Heat Island's really doing its thing as we head in towards tonight. So even though we're near 40 in Atlanta, once you get out towards Douglasville and Carrollton, you're looking near the freezing mark, 31 in Rome, 32 in LaGrange, 32 in Canton, 30 in LJ, 26 in Blairsville, and then mid-30s for folks in our southern and eastern areas. Now, where you see temperatures below freezing, that's where we do have a freeze warning. This does include Carroll, Harrison, Polk, Floyd, Cherokee, Bartow counties, and then up towards northwest Georgia and the Chattanooga viewing area. The rest of us, we're under a frost advisory. So what that means is not quite getting to freezing, but it's still going to be cold enough and the winds are going to be calming down that you could be waking up to frost in the morning. So here's what's going on. Even though that storm system that brought us those showers and storms has moved well off the coast, we're still feeling the influence because it is a very strong low pressure system and it's still bringing some strong northerly winds and some cold air into really most of the eastern half of the country. Now today, even right now, obviously, we see that we're going to be dealing with some gusty, breezy conditions, but heading overnight, the system finally moves far enough offshore that the winds are going to be calming down. In fact, by tomorrow morning, maybe 5 to 10 mile an hour gusts with very, very light winds, maybe 2 to 4 miles per hour. The thing is, though, when we get those calmer winds and these temperatures near freezing, that's what leads to the frost potential. So give yourself a little extra time if you're parking outdoors, especially if you're in a sheltered area outdoors tomorrow. We're going to be looking at a frosty start. You're going to need that time to scrape it off your windshield. Now, the reason we didn't see frost this morning was because we had those winds 15 to 20 miles an hour, and those stronger winds inhibit frost development. So it kind of all depends on these things coming together, and if just one of them's off, we're not really going to see the frost in the morning. Now, by tomorrow afternoon, we're going to see a very chilly start out there. In fact, temperatures, again, for most of us, below freezing. But the good news is, by the afternoon, we're going to be seeing temperatures climb back up into the mid to upper 60s. And you'll notice some folks even into the upper 60s to near 70-degree mark. And you'll see that on this next slide. Sorry, it's a little laggy there. Eatonton near 70 degrees. Same for LaGrange, Thomaston, Covington, Athens, Atlanta, and Griffin are at 67. Same for Rome. Our cooler spots as this time of the year wanting to be, even not that much cooler. We're still talking low to mid 60s for folks up into the northwest Georgia mountains. Now, Saturday is the day I think most of us really are going to enjoy. We got 72 in Atlanta, 73 in Griffin, mid to upper 70s for Thomaston over in towards Eatonton and North Georgia mountains. Not as warm, but still low to mid 60s make for a very pleasant and comfortable day, especially when we're not going to be seeing too much wind out there. It will be a little breezy, but nothing like we saw yesterday or on in for today. Now, this is where things will start to shift. By Saturday, even though it's going to be warm and it's going to be beautiful out there, you are going to notice that we're going to see more clouds during the day, and those clouds will eventually open up overnight with a cold front that's going to be sliding into the area. So the other thing that's sliding into the area on Saturday night is daylight saving time. Don't forget, if your clock isn't automated, like your cell phone or your TV or something like that, you'll want to push the hour ahead, so we lose that hour of sleep. Mostly, if you're like me, the only things really going to be changing are the microwave and the stove. Everything else will kind of do it on its own. Now, that first alert weather day, though, heading into Sunday, it's much cooler because of the rain that's in place. You'll notice by the morning hours, scattered showers already in place, widespread late in the morning, and then becoming slightly scattered as we go into the afternoon and isolated into the evening. We're still holding on to a slight rain chance, even as we go overnight and on into your Monday morning. And the reason for that is because we're going to be seeing that low kind of just skirt through the area, and we can't get the rain out of the way until the low starts moving out as well. Now, by Monday, you'll be waking up, temperatures in the 40s, so not as cold as this past cold front, highs in the 60s, so again, not as cold as this past cold front. But look at Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous out there. We're talking mid-70s on Tuesday, upper 70s to lower 80s for your Wednesday. Both days, plenty of sunshine, maybe a cloud in the sky, and then a few more clouds will roll in late Wednesday into Thursday. And that's because we have another system of precipitation moving in. At this time, does not look severe, but we're obviously going to keep an eye on it since it's over a week away. And right now, only looks to be about a 40% chance of precipitation as we head on in towards your Thursday. So again, key points that I want for y'all to take away from all of this is tonight, it's cold. We do have the freeze warning in effect for Carroll County all the way up towards the Georgia-Tennessee state line and extending east out towards 575. So this does include you in Cherokee and Bartow counties. The rest of us under a frost advisory. So again, give yourself a little extra time in the morning to go ahead and just give yourself that little scrape you need to get going and get the ice off the windshield. The other thing that we want to pay attention to is Sunday. That's the day we do have the chance of rain. Some models indicating we could see up to an inch of rain out of the system, so that would be a big deal. Most of it looks like it comes in the morning, but by the afternoon, things really start to fizzle on out. And then again, after that, it's looking quite nice as we start to see some beautiful weather back in play. Other than that, that is your forecast for this hour. Thank you for joining us streaming-wise. We look forward to seeing you again on Peachtree TV tonight at 10, ANF at 11, obviously tomorrow morning as well, and we'll be streaming again tomorrow throughout the day. Have a wonderful evening.